Welcome back. This is Teaching Turtle with another Etheria restart video. Today we got a shorter video. The past day has not been too exciting. I said most have been farming on auto. Did a lot of GP outposts, did maybe 30 to 50 runs of this, and I scaled up my Valerian skill 3 as well as my Vice skill 1. Right? If it wasn't clear how you get these micro lattice, is the best way is from the arena shop over here. Right? You can get 5 a week, and that's part of why I needed to spend my crystals on getting some of these arena tickets. Right? The only other way is to get it from the summon shop, where it's not particularly a great deal because you're gonna be able to buy out the arena shop every week, right? But buying out the summon shop is very difficult for free to play, and you want to almost always use it solely on this perfect lattice, right? You might want to use it on some of the pools if you wanted to as well, right? The very last way you can get one, and literally one, is from the Hyperlink Pass, right? So there's only a single micro lattice over there at level 15. Right, so these lattice are not too easy to come by early on. They're actually harder to get than the other ones, but because of how cheap it is and how you only need like 24 for your entire account, then it's not too bad. There's no need to rush it. Right, the only other R unit that you would want to max out that almost everyone does have is going to be the Red Kachi. All right. And right now I'm also farming the Dark Prowess, trying to get my Lilium skill up whenever I reset my Leon. Probably going to do that tomorrow, right? As well as pre-farming for maybe Plume as well as the Lily, right? So I'm going to most likely use this for the Lily very soon, right? And that's because farming the Nico Nana Inferno is going to be tough later on at level 50. Right, level 35 probably can do with my current units, like Valerian, and the Lilium already gives herself the speed up. Right? Speed control is very important for the Nico Nana fight. Alright. Another thing I wanted to bring up is some tips for the Shell story and also some sad news for me. I've only gotten 5 out of 7. This is actually a really low roll. My average has been like 12 to 14 by the end of the week. Right, it's been already 4 days and I only got 5 of these. I do have a lot of custom dice, but it's not looking good in terms of the amount of Revelation Orbs I've been getting. Right, part of it was that I was trying to test something on what this magnet thing does. The magnet gives you 2 orbs randomly. So these bubbles, right, it gives you 2 random bubbles. I low rolled and I got the coins and 50 crystals. Right, you could high roll and get maybe a Revelation Orb and maybe an LD summon. So overall, it's kind of a mid spot. I wouldn't really use your custom dice for it, but if you land on it, that's okay. I also ended up buying the stability here because I'm still trying to get to level 35, right? So I've already used all my crystal refreshes, and I need just about 500 more EXP to go because of starting late on the first day and also forgetting to stamina refresh maybe twice. I do need to use some of my stabilizers here. So I think I'm going to use some of the stabilizers and then farm some of the Nico Nana before the end of the day. And then with that, I'm going to go into the Fearless Arena, as I said last time, with the White Fang, right? And also the Artisans and Gigabytes, ready to win a bunch, right? Because it's really beneficial if you're able to get the these really hard missions early on, right? It's almost impossible to win 3, 5, 10 times in a week or 5, 10 times in a row without kind of choosing it here. It's going to take a really long time otherwise. The other thing I did today was I did a lot of the Ember trek. Last time I only went to stage 2 or 3, right? I did all of those using my newly found Vice with this improved skill 1. That taunt is really useful for a lot of these fights. I'm kind of stuck on this Messiah fight, partly because they just heal too much. I don't have enough damage, right? My Leon, even though she's 6-star, isn't the best, right? And so I've been trying to make do with the Lilium and the Yeli, right? But the healing is just too much from the Sonya and the number 41. Right? And so I have not able to beat this quite yet. If I am still not able to by, what is that, Tuesday, right before it resets, then I will just go ahead and use the Yeli, because I think it should be doable with the Vice to go all the way to floor 42, Right, it's gonna be kind of tough, but I think it just might be doable with the Vice, and also because the weekly shops refreshing, right? Because of those weekly shops refreshing, I'll get some more of these materials, right? Especially the microlattice. Right. With that out of the way, I think what I can show is just what my teams are for some of these dungeons, right? So with Whitney over here, right? I'm using my Lilium and Yelly with the plume, and the Sonya is really nice. I've had my Lilium, Yelly, well, I've basically had everyone except Sonya die multiple times when farming this, right? The Sonya is just a nice build-up insurance. Now that my Valerian is skilled up, I might be able to switch to that instead, right? But overall, that's fine for now. Right? Another thing I did was I farmed up my Casio with the green in the GP outpost, but the GP outpost hollow actually was giving me so much trouble. I had to manual this, and so what I ended up doing was, because my Leon wasn't strong enough, I kept on trying some different builds. Instead, I just used the boxes they gave to get enough prowess materials for my Casio to max out the S3. Right. So now it says 3-turn cooldown. Right, that's gonna make farming the Doki Doki a lot easier. Now, I probably will not farm any more green prowess all the way up till the 2x event, right? There's bound to be at least one 2x event before the end of the 30 days, before the tournament, right? And so that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be able to use that Casio as is, trying to go all the way to Inferno, right? And my goal with that is to use the Halloween shell. I'm trying to get I'll get a Swift Rush Time Weave Halloween, and then I can go 12-12 with Casio and be able to lap the mobs like that. All right. Right now, what my Doki Doki team actually looks like over here. I have Gray, Plume, Yelly, Casio, Sonya, and I can always swap the Gray out for the Lilium, now that my Lilium is quite a bit stronger. But the Gray actually is kind of useful because of the AoE, right? Because if I don't get the stun on the unit, and my targeting is set to always kill the enemies in a certain order, if I don't get the CC, then I can do very little damage to the enemies there. Right, so the Gray is actually still pretty useful even at 4-star. Right. I did a bit of the Aurora, but I'm not even going to touch the Nightmare. I doubt I have enough healing because my only healer is Sonya right now. That's going to be for when I get Ling Low after day 7. All right. With that out of the way, I think the only thing we got left really is doing some summons. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 70 pools here, right? Also, I'm probably going to do a 10 pool on this tomorrow when I get the new ones from the shop, 5 more from the shop, right? And if I get the bonus lattice, then sweet for the dupe. Otherwise, it'll still be useful getting the next LD afterwards in about 23, 24 days. All right. Without further ado, let's do some summons. And it's a nothing burger. Oboro. Let's see, what am I looking for? I want a Viper. That'd be nice. So got 3 there. None I'm super excited about, though. Ooh, still not? Okay. Got another Victor. What is my pity at? 50 more, okay. So 30 more until soft pity. Oh, but I get it early. And what'll it be? Andrew! Andrew! Kachi. Kachi. Sybil. Can I do another Sybil? Nope. Number 41. Ooh, very nice. Doki Doki. I'm very happy to see this. This is going to be really useful. I think I'm leaning towards the cleave side now. I finally get a turn pusher. I don't actually have Doki Doki in my main account either. So this will be pretty useful, seeing what Doki Doki is like in a PvP setting for me. Alright, 40 more pools. Can we get another one? Marvel. Got a dupe of Casio, the one I never used. She got a buff though, I think, so she might be a bit better now. Okay, a Nell dupe. Number 41. Okay. Dinah. Probably not going to skill up Dinah, just because he's not useful in the PvP. I'm trying to limit my skill ups only to PvP units right now. And that is it for the day. Alright, so hopefully I can get another SSR by tomorrow before I pull the plug and open up my box for the Lily there. But kind of surprising, I've gotten, I think, more LDs than non-LDs so far still. It's 1, 2, 3 plus the new Doki Doki compared to 1, 2, 3 there, right? Discounting the Leon, right? So is it lucky? Well, I got it early, got a lot of LDs. I'm pretty happy with that. Well, until next time, see you later. This has been the Teaching Turtle.